Is this the sign of something big to come? Or is it a signal that will change BTS's future forever? These are the very questions shaking the hearts of millions of ARMYs around the world after Jungkook, BTS's golden magne, delivered a shocking hint that pointed to the group's future and his relationship with Kim Taehyung, better known as V. The hint did not come in the form of a long statement, but rather through short yet deeply meaningful words spoken in a rare moment. And since then, the BTS fandom has been burning with curiosity, anxiety, and fear. This moment happened when Jungkook appeared in a short interview broadcast online, where he was asked to talk about his views on the years ahead, both for his own career and for BTS as a group. His face looked serious, his voice heavy, and although he tried to keep smiling, the look in his eyes showed something unusual. When the interviewer asked about BTS, Jungkook only replied with a brief sentence, "I hope we will all stay together, but sometimes fate has other plans." This sentence, which might sound simple to the average person, became a massive bomb for ARMYs who have been clinging to the hope of BTS's unity. It didn't stop there. Jungkook then added one more sentence that made the atmosphere even tenser. About Taehyung, "There's something I might not be ready to tell yet." This statement immediately triggered a wave of wild speculation. What did Jungkook mean by something? Was it related to BTS's future? Would Taehyung make a big decision that could affect the group's continuity? Korean media outlets began to widely cover the topic. Some entertainment news outlets even tried to contact Big Hit Music and HYBE labels for clarification, but as expected, the management chose to remain silent. No confirmation, no denial, only silence, which further fueled the public's curiosity. For ARMYs, HYBE's silence is never a good sign. History has shown that whenever the company refuses to comment on a sensitive issue, there is usually something happening behind the scenes. Meanwhile, Taehyung himself has yet to give any response. His social media accounts remain quiet, without any new posts. This absence only sparks speculation that he might indeed be facing something significant. Some fans have begun linking this to previous reports about Taehyung's health, the possibility of a postponed solo project, or even internal conflicts that have so far remained hidden from the public eye. Interestingly, in a different moment, a source claiming to be close to BTS's circle of friends revealed that Jungkook and Taehyung have recently been meeting privately, without other members present. These meetings were conducted quietly, without the usual documentation shared with the public. This sparked a new theory that the two might be discussing something very important, something that could affect BTS's future direction. Jungkook's hint becomes even more dramatic when we look at BTS's current situation. As we know, all BTS members are currently serving their mandatory military service, with different schedules. Although they have previously expressed their commitment to reunite after completing their national duty, Jungkook's statement seems to suggest that not everything will go according to plan. ARMYs who have long been holding on to the 2025 reunion promise are now beginning to doubt. Will the moment they've been waiting for actually happen with a full lineup? The situation grew more complicated when several South Korean music industry analysts began releasing their predictions. Some said BTS might change their lineup or concept after military service, while others even dared to predict the possibility of partial member departures. Although these predictions are not necessarily true, the combination of Jungkook's words, Taehyung's silence, and HYBE's silence was enough to make these speculations feel believable to many. Not a few also linked Jungkook's words to his increasingly successful solo career. His solo album was a global hit, earning critical acclaim and breaking sales records in various countries. Some observers speculated that Jungkook might be considering focusing more on his solo career after military service, although this does not necessarily mean completely leaving BTS. However, such a decision would undoubtedly change the group's dynamic, especially if Taehyung were to take a similar step. For ARMYs, this is not just about music, but about the emotional bond they have with the 7 members of BTS. For over a decade, BTS has been a symbol of friendship, hard work, and loyalty. The thought of BTS without even one member is enough to break their hearts. That is why Jungkook's brief hint carries such a massive emotional impact. Now, all eyes are on 2 figures, Jungkook and Taehyung. Will they soon provide clarification? Or will they choose to let this mystery hang, while preparing something behind the scenes? Every second that passes without an answer only makes this curiosity grow stronger. One thing is certain, whatever is happening, this will be one of the most important chapters in BTS's history. However, amidst the heavy wave of speculation and anxiety, it's important for us to pause for a moment and look at the facts with a clear mind. After further investigation, including checking trusted sources and the eventual official statements from those involved, it was revealed that the worries circulating among ARMYs had no solid factual basis. Jungkook's words, which had become the center of discussion, were actually taken out of context, and exaggerated interpretations from certain parties had turned them into rumors that spread wildly. Big Hit Music, which initially chose silence, finally issued an official clarification. In a short but firm statement, they confirmed that there were no changes to BTS's future plans. All members, including Jungkook and Taehyung, remain committed to continuing group activities after completing their military duties. The sentence Jungkook uttered in the interview, according to Big Hit, was actually a general reference to life, that sometimes the future doesn't always go according to plan, and was never intended to signal a breakup or internal problems. Furthermore, Big Hit emphasized that the relationship between BTS members, including Jungkook and Taehyung, remains close and supportive. They even mentioned that the two had recently spent time together discussing creative ideas to bring to life after military service. This fact directly refuted the wild theories previously circulating on social media. Taehyung, although initially silent, eventually gave a response that calmed fans' hearts. In a brief post on Weverse, he wrote, "We're fine. There's nothing to worry about. We'll be back with even greater energy." This short statement managed to ease the panic that had been growing. Many ARMYs admitted they felt relieved and even laughed at themselves for getting caught up in rumors that turned out to be untrue. On the other hand, observers of South Korea's entertainment industry also reminded that such phenomena are nothing new. BTS's worldwide popularity means that every word or gesture from its members is always under intense public scrutiny. Even the smallest thing can be blown out of proportion, especially if accompanied by free interpretation from fans or the media. Unfortunately, in the fast-paced era of social media, clarifications often fail to catch up to the spread of rumors. From here, there are important lessons to be learned, both for ARMYs and the public in general. First, not all information circulating on social media is true, especially if the source is unclear or relies solely on clips or text taken out of its original context. Second, it's important to wait for official clarification before forming opinions or spreading news further. And third, artists, including BTS, are also ordinary humans who have the right to speak without every word being overanalyzed. We must also acknowledge that the relationship between ARMY and BTS is an emotional bond. That's why any news about the possibility of separation or internal problems can be so disturbing. But precisely because of this bond, fans need to remain composed and avoid being swept away by speculation that could hurt the very people they love. Jungkook himself, in a live broadcast after the clarification came out, expressed his surprise at the public's reaction. He said, "I didn't expect my words to make so many people worry. I'm sorry if you felt anxious. I promise, BTS is still BTS, and we will be back together." This statement was warmly received by millions of ARMYs worldwide. Many expressed gratitude that their worries turned out to be baseless. This shows how quickly the fandom's mood changes once the truth emerges. In the end, we can conclude that all the concerns about hints about BTS's future and Taehyung mentioned in previous reports were untrue. There are no signs of a breakup, no hidden conflicts, and no shocking plans to split BTS. On the contrary, there is strong commitment from all members to keep moving forward together through military service and to return with their best work for fans worldwide. This story serves as a reminder that behind the noise of the entertainment industry, the truth is often simple and not as dramatic as imagined. Sometimes, all that's needed is a little patience to wait for the right answer and a little wisdom not to immediately believe every word that spreads online. For ARMYs, this news is surely a relieving conclusion, and for BTS, it's another chance to show that their friendship and unity are stronger than anything. And now, with a clear clarification, all speculation can end. Jungkook, Taehyung, and all BTS members remain on the same path, Together, as they have always promised from the start, with everything now clarified, ARMYs can finally exhale in relief. The whirlwind of rumors, speculation, and anxiety that swept through the fandom has subsided, replaced by a renewed sense of trust and optimism. Jungkook's words, though initially misinterpreted, have now been placed back into their proper context, reminding everyone that not every statement carries a hidden message or a looming threat. Sometimes, words are just words, and the meaning behind them is far more innocent than what the noise of the internet suggests. Taehyung's calm reassurance, paired with Jungkook's heartfelt apology, serves as a testament to the deep bond shared between the members of BTS and their fans. It's a bond built over years of music, shared struggles, triumphs, and countless moments of joy. That bond has weathered misunderstandings before, and it will continue to endure for years to come. In the fast-moving world of online fandoms, where a single sentence can ignite a firestorm of theories, this incident stands as a reminder for everyone to pause, verify, and think critically before reacting. The speed at which misinformation spreads may be beyond our control, but the choice to believe and share it lies in our hands. BTS has faced countless challenges since their debut, but their unwavering unity has been the key to overcoming them all. The truth, as confirmed by both the members and their agency, is simple. BTS's journey is far from over. The future they've promised is still ahead, waiting to be embraced, with every member standing side by side. For ARMYs, this is not just an ending to a rumor, it's a reaffirmation of why they believe in BTS in the first place. Trust, love, and patience will always be the foundation of this extraordinary connection. And as long as that remains, no rumor will ever be strong enough to break it.